I would not be the person I am today without every single person in my life who triggered the ever-living fuck out of me. Every single person, it might even be me, who triggers and activates you is literally here to serve as medicine for you. They're not here to harm you. They're simply here to help you on your path. The first person that I can think of in my life who triggered me relentlessly is my adoptive dad. Growing up, I judged the fuck out of him for most of my childhood, and I chose to really heavily dislike him. He was the person in my life who was constantly telling me there's nothing wrong with me, and so me searching for, do I have anxiety? Do I have depression? What the hell is wrong with me? He was always like, girl, no. Girl, no. And I found it so invalidating at the time. That was so triggering to me because I was like, what the hell do you mean? Like, I know there's something up, da-da-da-da-da. He would always comment on my body and say physical fitness is something that I would have to work on for the rest of my life, or else it would show up as me being bigger. He wasn't wrong, but for many years, I took that in and chose to play a victim to that and was like, oh my God, my dad's such a dick. He hates me for whatever size I am. I'm just not good enough if I'm not skinny. He's fat phobic. He's body shaming me. And there were so many other ways that I could think to list, but those were the most important and significant for me. I found him so invalidating, and every single time that he would just exist and say things that were just so quintessentially him that I love and appreciate now, they used to trigger the fuck out of me. And I really didn't like him for that for many years. But I wouldn't change him or any single interaction I've had with him for the world. My dad is the perfect dad that I could have given myself, and I have thanked him so many times now that I've gotten out of this victim mentality. He was always trying to show me the guiding light, which is that there is nothing wrong with me. This relentless search for finding a problem about myself, finding something for me to cure, all this shit. He knew that that was bullshit all along. But without him triggering me and activating me so I could feel through all the feelings of attachment to being fucked up, I wouldn't be where I am at 29. So many people spend time thinking they're fucked up for so much of their lives, but I created my dad to trigger me and have me feel through all of my feelings and attachment towards being fucked up so early and young. I love him so fucking much, and I'm so happy that he never changed who he was, in spite of me desperately wanting him to change and be a different person and approach me differently, talk to me differently. My dad just kept being himself, and I appreciate him so much for that. He has always given me immense feelings, and I love that he does that, because every single time that he does now, given the space where I'm in, I'm like, yeah, thank you very fucking much. You are only triggering and activating me if I'm still holding on to something here that's disempowering me or making me feel like a victim. So thank you. Or if you're giving me lots of feelings, it's just because it's lighting me the fuck up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without my dad being exactly who he is and telling me things like my art looks like a 3 or 4 year old could do it. Just different things like that. I used to play such a victim to this, but it's just always pointed me closer to me. And I wouldn't be who I am without him triggering the shit out of me. One of the most prominent figures in my adulthood that triggered me was my mediumship teacher. I remember one time I was training online in mediumship, and I was on Zoom with a bunch of other women. We were all training to become mediums. And we were all in this really funky space on the day of class. We showed up, our energy was pretty low, and our teacher could read the room, She was like, what the heck is up with all of you guys today? Why are you like this? What's going on? And some of the women, I can't remember if I was one of them, started rattling off these different things that were happening in their life, and essentially, given where I am now and what I know, just outsourcing their power to all these things that they were letting affect them and their energy. And I was one of them in my own way. I was feeling disempowered. I was feeling angry, sad, whatever the fuck. I just remember I too was in a shit ass mood. And our teacher at the time said something that triggered the fuck out of me. To the point where I chose not to go back to class after this, and I just quit. But it was ultimately the thing that led me to being where I am today. I remember she said, y'all are getting way too caught up in human shit. Now, at the time, I was so mad. I was like, what the hell do you mean? That's so invalidating. Like, I literally came here to be human. Why is it a bad thing that I'm getting caught up in being human? Like, how could you say that? That's so insensitive. Quit her class, didn't come back, went to Jasper on a vacation with my wife, put my feet in a mountain stream, and I was sitting there, like, letting the water rush over me, and I remember coming back, like, so invigorated, and this was exactly where I was at the time. It's what I needed. I was like, okay, I am fully honoring the human in me. And I did. That was like my goal from there on out. And exactly what I did from there, it was like so interesting. I wasn't even super aware of like how massive the change that trigger, that activation she had served for me, that I created for myself through her, for me, was. Like, it was so powerful. After that trip, I got rid of every self-help book that I had, and I was just like fully honoring that I am a messy fucking human being, and this is how I am right now, and it's fine. And weirdly enough, by honoring the human in me more and like refusing to accept this whole like I need to be somewhere else, I naturally came to a space where I did on my own end up realizing, oh yeah, I was getting caught in human shit. And like, that's okay, but it can be very limiting. And as an intuitive now, especially, I'm like, yeah, if you do let yourself get too caught up in human stuff, you're not going to be able to serve people as well as you could if you're coming at things from a different energetic space, which I thankfully have the tools for now. But I wouldn't have those tools if this mediumship teacher didn't trigger and activate the ever-living fuck out of me. Another example I can think of is every single person in my comment section on Instagram in specific that has ever said something like, you're fat, you're a cow, you're a pig, or commented these gifs with just like all these fucking flabby parts on a person like flying around. Someone commenting, oh, the Fupa game is strong on this one, like good job. All of these people have triggered me. Like, they have given me so many feelings. It's way less now, but last summer when this experience started, it was so many fucking feelings. And at the time, I remember the instinct to play a victim to it was really, really strong. There was a part of me that was really uncertain and uncomfortable with taking all of it in. But what I will say is that these comments have actually been amazing things for me to use as energy that I have then alchemized and turned into fuel for my weight loss journey. And I didn't even really realize that until about a couple weeks ago. If it wasn't for every single person who commented that I'm a fucking fat ass on my reels, as well as other stuff in my life, but like, thank you in big part to any person who has commented that, because every single time that I see that, I'm like, no, this is motivation for me to show up for my 2 hours in the gym tomorrow. This is motivation for me to get my 10,000 steps in, for me to be very mindful of what I'm eating, not to unhealthily restrict myself, but like to prioritize protein, prioritize carbs, prioritize hydrating my body more. It's been really fucking helpful for me, and I don't feel like I'm a victim at all of these comments. If anything, I know that I on a soul level created every single one of you to trigger me into a space where I'm like, yeah, I feel empowered to lose the fucking weight that I've never really felt like having on my body from a likable sense. Did I enjoy it? Yes, because it was familiar. But I've never liked it. I've always felt like I wanted to hide in this bigger body. It's never felt good to be carrying around this much excess weight. So thank you to every single person. And that does include my adoptive dad. Man, did he trigger me about this and my body ever since I was a kid, including bullies who told me, like, no boy will ever love you because you're fat. And I mean, spoiler alert, don't need a guy, I got a lady. I have people who love me and that I love, and that's what matters most. But I mean, what also matters really, really, really immensely to me is feeling good and happy and fucking healthy in my body. And the more comments that I've gotten, the healthier and more able-bodied and fit I've gotten. I wouldn't be who I am today without these people activating the shit out of me. Like, I appreciate every single person who triggers feelings in me, because even if in the moment my ego defines me as a victim of that experience, I always end up being empowered by it in some fucking way. If I can give you any advice, it's to let the people, situations, things that trigger you empower you. It's okay to feel through feeling like a victim to them. Like, of course, feel your feelings. Let yourself be in that space if that is what you feel you need. But don't let yourself stay stuck there. Don't do that. It doesn't do anything for you except for keep you stuck and limited. Allow yourself to actually feel your feelings, cry, scream, punch things, whatever you fucking need to do, intuitive dance, move the energy through you. And you'll discover that once you've allowed that movement, that energy processing to happen, you'll be able to approach these triggers from a different space of like, no, this activated me in an empowering way. It didn't trigger me in a disempowering way. I love every single person who's ever triggered me. I appreciate every single person who's ever triggered me. That includes my birth mom, my dad, like literally anybody fucking ever. I love every single one of you, even the people in the comments section, no matter who you are. I hope you empower yourself. I hope you feel your feelings, and I hope you have an amazing fucking day. My name is Chrysalis, and I will see you next time.